7:36 local time here in Los Angeles, California. A cool evening and cool football on the horizon for the nightcap of the Simulation Football League Saturday slate. Andy Hamilton along with James Walters on the call for the Jacksonville Kings in town to take on the Los Angeles Lycans. James, these two teams come in hot and only one of them can come out with a victory. What are the keys for these two teams getting the win tonight?
Thank you, Andy. Yeah, this is going to be a really exciting game. The Jacksonville Kings really need to create some balance, get Willis involved in the rushing game more. He only had 5 carries last week, but one of those carries was a 43-yard run. Also with the Lycans, they really need to keep the offense balanced. They're really great at keeping the offense balanced and keep Solly Richardson's interceptions down, and they're going to have a great game.
Indeed, it will be an interesting one. Both teams coming into the fray tonight. Jacksonville 5-3, Los Angeles 5-3. Only one of them can move to 6-3. The Lycans, after new ownership has taken over, have seen some revitalization with some of their players and team members. And Jacksonville, one of the oldest tenured franchises in the Simulation Football League, but they have been doing it at a high level for quite some time. Both teams coming off of wins. Jacksonville got the win over Queen City last week. Los Angeles escaped the Atlanta Swarm with a 2-point victory. Los Angeles wearing black. Jacksonville wearing white. Ball is on the tee. The Kings will start out on offense, and we are underway from Los Angeles. Return for Jacksonville will be brought out of the end zone by Mike St. Green. St. Green out to the 22, and that is where this offense for the Kings will come out. Christensen, the starting quarterback. Jared Willis, starting halfback. Iggy Swift in the backfield along with Willis. Grayson Willis, Mike St. Green, and Ken Gossett, the receiving threats, along with Jack Wall. And Anthony Cece does the kicking for the Kings from Jacksonville, one of the 2 SFL franchises in Florida. They start with the ball, and they'll start with a throw. Christensen, incomplete, in and out of the hands of a diving Ken Gossett.
Yeah, Ken Gossett was wide open on that slant down up to the middle, and he just missed that ball. But I think if they got to keep going with Christensen, he is top 10 in all categories for quarterbacks. So,
yeah, one of the better quarterbacks, no doubt there. James, 3rd in the Simulation Football League coming into the game in touchdowns, 2nd in both completions and attempts, 4th in completion percentage this season, one of the best. They'll give up the middle to Willis on 2nd and 10. He'll cut it in half. It'll be 3rd and 5.
yeah, that's one of my keys to the game is they really got to get Willis involved and start balancing out this attack before as they get closer to the playoffs to keep their chances of winning up.
Yeah, they use Willis in the receiving game a little bit too. 3rd best receiver on the team. Need to get him a little more involved in the run game. Great point. 3rd and 5. They're going to throw an out route there to Jack Wall, and Wall gets the first down before he gets walloped up the right side of the field.
Yeah, those out routes working really well. Just getting the tight end involved early, get the short pass going, and let's see how we can move forward with this balanced attack so far.
So LA defense going to have to slow down a litany of weapons here, and they are in the 4-3 on 1st and 10. Flip out Willis, left side. Willis stood up and dropped. Not much doing there. Coming down, closing on the play to make the tackle was Thomas Rahman Jr.
Yeah, Rahman Jr. sniffed that ball all the way out and just came right up as soon as he dropped it into the flat and took him down quickly.
In the backfield, nickel look here out of Los Angeles, playing some man on the outside. Christensen going to dump it out to Willis, the open man, and he cannot stay in bounds. Oh, man, Walters, they found the wide open receiver when they were working man coverage, but he couldn't turn it upfield.
Yeah, he actually had that. He could have got some good yardage on that, and he just couldn't turn his hips around and get up the field.
Yeah, and sometimes we see that with the running backs, a little bit stiff in the hips. Couldn't turn it upfield, but would have had, like you said, would have had plenty of yardage there. It brings up 3rd and 10, 2 in the backfield in a spread look, nickel look here out of Los Angeles. Short drop for Christensen, fires across the middle, caught at full extension there for the receiver, and Mike St. Green hauls it in at the 44.
Mike St. Green pulled in a nice pass, another slant right down the middle. It looks like they're going to be taking the slant routes this game.
Yeah, have worked on the linebackers for Los Angeles so far. We'll get to the Los Angeles defense here momentarily. New set of downs here at the 44. Another short drop, this time an out route. St. Green snatches it. Can't tell if it was intended for him or Gossett there. Both of them out there waiting for it, and St. Green was the one who hauled it in. Brings up 2nd and 7. And LA going to try and slow them down again. Lots of these 2 receiver sets with a single back we're seeing here out of Jacksonville so far tonight. They have taken this opening drive and burned some of the clock off. Flip off to Willis, and Willis only gets as far as LA will let him. Big 3rd down here again, James.
Yeah, that's the pair on the right. They continue to do the checkdowns to the halfback on that pass, and it seems to be keeping the linebackers on their toes.
3 receivers wide, single back here, 4-2 look. Here is Christensen. Pressure coming, has to unload. Caught on the cross route. Oh! Wall slips the defender. Down the sideline is Jack Wall, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Kings. Just like that, Jacksonville strikes 6-0.
Yeah, the whole they had a bunch of receivers down there. I wasn't quite sure who was expected to get the ball, but Wall took that ball and it just slipped by. Looks like two Lycans just ran it all the way down for a touchdown. Nice.
Yeah, great run after the catch. The throw was into some coverage. Wall was able to make the grab and, like you said, slip the defenders. It might be a career highlight for Jack Wall. He is more of an outlet receiving threat at tight end for these Kings, but there makes a big play and makes the difference in the game so far. And Jacksonville will call on their kicker, Anthony Cece, who puts it up and through. It's 7-0. Kings on top. A great opening drive there, James. A little bit of run, a little bit of pass, too.
Yeah, just keeping the balance, and they continue to throw those out passes, check downs to the halfback, and keeping Willis involved in the receiving game, but also getting some touches in the rushing game.
Yeah, also didn't push it down the field too much. LA, good secondary. They came down to make a lot of plays, but there, the missed tackle results in a 7-0 lead for the Jacksonville Kings. And now the LA Lycans will take over. They'll start from their own 20. And James, we just got the news before the broadcast started that Tom Rahman, one of the owners for the LA Lycans, is in the hospital, potentially getting some emergency surgery. So our prayers, thoughts, and hopes go out to him and his family members that he would be all right. Not sure if he's able to watch the game, but if he is, just know that he is in our thoughts and prayers. Sully Richardson going to throw one deep down the field on the first play, and it's caught down the right sideline. Huge play for the Lycans. Right off the bat, they strike and flip the field to the 36. LZ Pryor with the catch and run.
Yeah, LZ Pryor just jumped down there. Looks like he slipped a defender and really just opened this up. Sully Richardson can do that to you. Just got to watch out for those interceptions.
Yeah, interesting to think about here for Jacksonville. They come out, and the first play they led is a big one over the top. Not sure if that will continue to be in the Lycans' game plan. Here is Richardson going to throw again on a short drop. That out route is caught by Flash, and Flash will pick up 9.
Good job mixing it up. Throw a long pass and then jump to the flats, keep them off balance. I'd like to see some Robert Johnson now here.
Johnson, the big back in the backfield, 6'1", 230, and they will give to Johnson off this right-hand side. James Walters with a good call as Johnson gets up to the 21. This offense is ran for the Lycans by none other than Tom Rahman and Rochelle Colston, the head coach. Sully Richardson runs the defense for LA, and Mr. Rahman calls a run up the middle for Johnson, and they will move the chains down to the 21-yard line. 5 wide here on 1st and 10. Richardson stands, throws, and that one is deflected and incomplete. Hammering down to make the play was Clay Jones.
Yeah, Clay Jones actually just had an eyeball on that the whole way, and was able to stick it to him and not make him drop the ball.
Second and 10, F-Wing Jokers set, 2 tight ends on both sides of the line. Here is the snap. Richardson stands in the pocket, going to dump it down to Johnson out of the backfield, and he will pick up 2.
Yeah, they really need to get the ball down the field a little bit more. That was Jacksonville sniffed that out a whole way and dropped them.
That first play where they went down the field, it worked well. They've had some good shots down the field. Now on 3rd and 8, they definitely will have to go down the field. Need to get to at least the 10-yard line to move the chains. 4 wide here for Richardson in the gun. 4 down linemen for Jacksonville. Jacksonville will only rush 4. They drop a defensive lineman. Shot to the end zone. Tipped up and incomplete. Oh, it got to the receiver, but unable to make the grab for the Lycans. There was Isaiah Barrett, and it falls incomplete in the end zone.
Yeah, 4th string wide receiver, and he was wide open and just missed that, bounced right off his hands. So hopefully they can come out and get 3 points out of it.
They will bring out the kicker. That is Rob Ems, 2nd year in the league, 3rd year in the league, excuse me, 2nd year with the team. Hold down, kick up and on the way, and it is good from 36. It'll be 3-7. The Lycans answer, and James, it looked like right off the bat they were going to have a really good drive. They had that deep shot to open it up, but then they kind of stalled out a little bit.
Yeah, I was surprised that they didn't give the ball more to Robert Johnson to sort of just create some balance to that attack and move the ball a little bit. But we'll see what they do next possession.
LA gets on the board, though, 3-7. Jacksonville will receive this kick, and they will bring it back. Mike St. Green going to bring it out of his own end zone, out across the 20. St. Green spins out to the 24. And, James, we were talking about it before the broadcast a little bit, that these two teams fairly evenly matched. Kind of expect them to stay pat with each other, whether it's a high-scoring or a low-scoring game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, LA is averaging 26.3 points per game, while Jacksonville is 24.8. We'd like to see Jacksonville, though, has got the #1 rush defense. We see if they can stop Robert Johnson.
Johnson had a couple carries on the last drive. Now it's the other running back, Jared Willis's turn, and he bowls through the defender and scoops up 5 out of the backfield.
Yeah, they continue to keep Willis in the receiving game and checking down to the flats, and hey, they'll keep getting those 4 or 5 yards. That's just as good as a run.
Absolutely. Sometimes better than some of the runs we've seen in the SFL this year. So they'll take that. And a pro look here with 2 in the backfield for Christensen under center. Give Willis right up the middle, and he is stuffed. Nothing doing there. This LA defense is made up of Moore Rivers, Andre Krim, Raymond Jones III, and Forrest Stark on the defensive line. Danny Stinson, Jack Hacksaw, and Buddy Blaze are the linebackers. Mike Scott, Thomasina Rahman, and Thomas Rahman Jr., the cornerbacks. Rochelle Colston, Peanut Say, Ryan Yosef are the safeties to round out this unit. Some youth on this team. That throw, though, is caught, and Ken Gossett across the middle has the first down.
Nice play by Ken Gossett. Coming in here, #1 receiver.
There is a look at Mike St. Green, the #3 receiver, Plenty of weapons here on this Jacksonville Kings team. The key is putting them together. Iggy Swift, the fullback, though, is a good one to be in front of Willis. Christensen going to dump down to Willis, but the throw was late, and Willis can do nothing but catch it and go out of bounds. Pressure there supplied by Forrest Stark.
Yeah, I think they really need to start getting the ball down the field a little bit. LA did it earlier. I think these guys really need to push the ball down the field a little bit.
2nd and 10, an opportunity here to push it down the field. Man coverage, defense looks like they're going to play some bump. 2 in the backfield against a nickel look here for LA. Christensen slings one, sidearm caught, collected across the middle by Willis. Nice catch by Grayson Willis, and Christensen now up to 10 of 12.
Again, that was a nice slant right down the middle. Michelle Colston was right there, but couldn't get there in time to knock the ball loose.
That'll give them a new set of downs. This offense playing well, moving the ball methodically will be the word I'll use, not necessarily in chunks at a time, but when they need to get the first downs, they've converted. 2 in the backfield, 3 wide here, right up the middle to Willis again. Willis, he takes a big hit at the 39, but not before he rips off 6.
That was a nice run by Willis, and that's the thing. I mean, last week he actually averaged 6.6 yards a carry last week, and they just give them the ball more. I think they can really get him over 100 yards.
4-3 look out of this defense. Here is Christensen to throw. Floats one deep down the field. Caught! Oh, rising the ladder and collecting was LZ Pryor. Brings it down at the 16.
Yeah, LZ Pryor gets into it, and they jump up. Oh, no, that's Jason Stackhouse.
Yeah, Stackhouse there with the catch. That was a nice catch, though, by Stackhouse. Not necessarily one of the players we always see here contributing for Jacksonville. Walters, a little bit of surprise there, huh, James?
Definitely. But he was really showed his ability to leap up and snag that ball out of the air.
Yeah, some of these players ready to rise up and make the catches when needed. Christensen, 5-step drop, end zone shot, picked off, intercepted by the Lycans. Talk about stepping up. The interception is made at the back line for LA, and it's Rochelle Colston. She grabs it away from this Jacksonville Kings offense.
And that is exactly what the Lycans needed, because Jacksonville was close to getting that touchdown, and now they got a chance to turn it around and take the lead.
Rochelle Colston, known to do that. I've watched a couple of games where she's picked it off in the end zone, and she does so there to give the Lycans the ball back, down by 4, with Jacksonville threatening for more points. That's a huge turn of momentum. We'll see if LA can do anything out of it. That flip is incomplete. Coming down to make the play for Jacksonville's defense was Michael Sprouse, and this Kings defense is made up of defensive lineman Mike Auld, Tyquan Hale, A.G. Pennypacker, and Hunter Norwood. Clay Jones, Keenan Samuels, and Jay Mart are the linebackers. Rain Rowe, Mr. Sprouse, Bernard Gooden, Succo Lamano, and Alex Bond round out the secondary. These Kings are dangerous on the back end as well as in the front 4. You have to be careful. A lot of bite with this team. 2 receivers, bottom of the screen for the Lycans. They will flip it out of the backfield, caught left side and shaken a little bit there to make a nice move. I believe is Paladin Smite, the fullback, picks up 4.
Wow, I don't know what happened there with Michael Sprouse. He just missed that tackle. Just really, I don't know what the fullback did. He got some moves on him today.
Yeah,
excuse me. Call him Iggy Swift for anything.
That was Johnson, and that will set them up 3rd and 6 here at the 24. Gun straight look. Here is Richardson going to take that deep corner shot. Intercepted by the Kings. Taken right back out of their hands. Michael Sprouse, he missed the tackle. He did get the pick. Interception there will turn the tide. The Kings take over. And James, not necessarily expected, but these 2 teams trade interceptions, and the Kings have the ball back.
That's right. Again, Christensen hasn't been doing too bad with interceptions this season, but we'll see what happens.
Does throw one there, and that'll set him up 1st and 10. This toss is caught down a 9-yard pickup. Mike St. Green, the slot receiver, getting another one. James, have you seen much of Mike St. Green? I think he's one of the more dynamic third wide receivers in the league.
Oh, definitely. He can put up some points and really get chains moving.
Kind of shifty, kind of like an Anquan Bolden type, but with a little bit more speed from what I've seen. And he'll set them up for 2nd and inches. Christensen, quick dump out to Willis with plenty of room. Jack Wall tries to get out there and block, but ends up blocking no one. Willis out to the 26.
Yeah, Willis gets the 1st down. That's a nice play. Just that swing pass out there, and Buddy Blaze comes in, and he's the leading tackler in the league with 90 at the beginning of this game.
Both these teams fighting, for playoff positioning. Couple weeks left, and Jacksonville out of the Atlantic Division trying to stave off some of the Charleston and Carolinas of the world while catching up to Florida. LA leads the Pacific Division, but not far ahead of Vancouver, who is lurking behind them. So a win here for either team would go a long way, James, not only in their win column, but also in terms of strength of victory.
That's right. I mean, both of these teams really need to make sure that they win this game, because every game can make a difference in the playoff run this season.
Absolutely. This one an important one. Christensen on 2nd and 7, will throw the out route. That is caught. 1st down yardage there for Grayson Willis. He has made a couple catches tonight. That one a big one.
Yeah, it looks like that LA is really not watching these out routes very well. Just as they're having a hard time with the flats. So I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully they figure this out before the game gets too out of hand.
And that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. Jacksonville 7, Los Angeles 3. Still plenty of action, 3 quarters to go, but the Kings on top and knocking on the door. LA trying to stave them off here in the red zone. Back here in LA, Andy Hamilton along with James Walters, Shan Varner, and Max Paul on stats for us tonight. And Jacksonville will throw on 1st down, and Jack Wall with a catch will pick up 4. Not as exciting as his first catch, James, but still a solid grab.
Definitely. And you see with these graphics, both quarterbacks moving the ball. You just got to be, they're both throwing interceptions, and you got to really be careful with this. Now, Jacksonville is knocking on the door with another touchdown.
4-3 look here out of LA. Christensen, 5-step deep drop, moves in the pocket, delivers underneath, caught, and turning up field is Wall. They're going to give him 2.
Wow, his momentum started taking him the wrong way. He's got to make sure he can get turned around and only gets those 2 yards. But again, brings them closer. They got 3 yards. They got to get it in there. They can still get a 1st down before having to score.
Indeed they can. Would get down to the 1, would give them a new set of downs. Goal line look here out of LA, playing man on the 2 receivers on the outside. Could be a mismatch for the running back. Here's Christensen out to Willis. Jack Wall clears the edge, and Willis turns the corner and has 6 more for the Kings.
Great block by a tight end. Just broke him free. He walked into the end zone. No one touched him.
Jack Wall gets around the edge and sets the block, which springs. There it is, Willis free. Not often something we talk about, but, it was so blatant there. One man to catch the halfback, and the tight end got right out in front of him.
That's the way you draw it up with a tight end, getting out there and blocking for you.
Yeah, and it was Wall who had the touchdown catch earlier on the 52-yard score. So Jack Wall tonight, James, it's real early, but if we had to call it right now, he's my player of the game.
That's right. He's responsible for both touchdowns if you look at it that way.
Exactly, and it's 14-3. Jacksonville on top of LA with 9:53 to go. Jack's data has set the over-under at 51.5. If we're going to get up there, the fireworks are going to start flying here soon, James.
Yeah, this really isn't good for the Lycans, you really want to try to keep them balanced because Richardson, when he starts getting a rush and throwing too much, he can throw those interceptions. So, it's not looking good for them. Hopefully they can turn this around a little bit.
LA will take a knee, and they are going to start at their own 20-yard line. Rahman Jr., the return man. And for the Lycans, Sully Richardson, 50% of his passes have been completed tonight. The one interception, only 59 yards to his name, and 44 of them came on one big toss to LZ Pryor. We'll see if they take any deep shots on this drive. 3-3 look here out of the Jacksonville Kings. Here is the flip out off the left side to Robert Johnson. Johnson finds the edge and scoops up 9.
That was a nice play out into the flats. And, Clay Jones got involved there, him with his second season with the team and in the league. So they got to get in there and not stop that earlier.
Could be a running play here on 2nd and a yard to gain. Only a nickel look here out of Jacksonville. They'll give left side Johnson. Johnson stuffed in the backfield. Right there to make the play was Keaton Samuels. Samuels, the outside linebacker, getting in there to make the play. Rushing down on the edge. It brings up 3rd and 2 with 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Twins to the bottom of the screen. Here is the quick toss. One-handed grab for the first down. Right in front of the linebackers. The catch is made, and it will move the chains for LA. That was LZ Pryor. Second grab of the night for him.
Yeah, LZ Pryor just stepped out past the first down marker and turned around, and Richardson just drilled it into him.
Twins top of the screen. 3-3 look out of Jacksonville. Richardson takes a shot, and that is incomplete. A little bit of a crossing pattern there. Alex Bond, one of the best strong safeties the league has to offer, comes down to make the play.
Yeah, it looked like Sacco Lomano was also involved in there to mix it up and distract the receiver.
And we've seen the 3-3 and the 4-2 look here out of Jacksonville so far tonight. Interesting that one of the better run defending teams has gone with 3-3s and 4-2s to cover a back like Robert Johnson, but LA has not been able to take advantage of it to this point. 7-step drop, flip out to Johnson out of the backfield, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And you were talking about it earlier, James. Interesting they haven't gone to the run more with those type of formations in front of them.
Yeah, you would think so. That with the and it seems like they've just started taking some page out of the playbook for Jacksonville, because they're throwing it to Johnson a lot in the flats.
Can't do it here on 3rd and 10. Gotta have one down the field. Johnson not even on the field. Here is Richardson. Spins all the way back around and has a wide open receiver. Oh, but they're going to mark him out of bounds. Hold on, Mr. Referee. I think you got to look at that one. That was tight, and I would throw the flag if I were LA.
Definitely need to throw a flag. That was a nice post pattern. And there it is. There it is.
That's a difference of 40 yards, and we'll get a better look at it here. Wide receiver went wide open over the top. James, walk us through what you were seeing here in real time as we look at the replay.
Well, I just saw that they, just looked like he had a post position, and look at that.
Oh yeah,
he had both feet. He had both feet in. Not just one.
I don't know why he was ever called out of bounds. He was never out of bounds. And if I'm LA, I am furious because that would have been a touchdown. He was never out of bounds, unless you saw something different, James.
No, I saw that too. I mean, I think he could have gone all the way.
That might have been as blatant as I've seen an inbounds play be called out of bounds. I mean, that was 6 on the board for the Lycans if he would not have been called out. I don't know where the chat is saying that he was out from. Maybe they need to get their prescription checked. Speaking of getting your prescription checked, Sprouse is going to need some medicine after Johnson runs over him out of the backfield.
Nice hit by Clay Jones and Johnson.
Yeah, these two teams laying some hits here tonight, James. No love lost between Jacksonville and LA so far. Twins, top of the screen, I formation. 3-3 look again out of Jacksonville with more secondary members on the field. Flip out to Johnson. Johnson! Oh, it's Sprouse again. And this Sprouse is saying to his teammates, come on, man, someone else hit him first. Come on. Third and 2. Gotta have it. Gotta get down inside the 28-yard line. 2 in the backfield. I-wing Jokers formation against a 3-3. Here is the give on the stretch play to Johnson. First down yardage, easy as pie. They ran to the strong side with Davius Reed right out in front.
Easy first down. It was all the way. I was just amazed that they didn't come in and hit the line a little bit harder than that.
Davius Reed out in front blocked Sprouse, and Sprouse might be happy that he wasn't. He was blocked instead of having to take on Johnson for the third time in a row. 3 receivers here. Tight end on the top of the screen is Jack Flash. Single back is Johnson here for Sully Richardson. Richardson, the fourth-year quarterback, will throw it out to Flash on the out route. Flash with room. First down yardage down to the 11.
That was just a great down and out for Flash. He was wide open. These cornerbacks are really sitting off of the routes, and they need to really get closer and pressure these receivers for LA.
Wide receiver 89 Darby in the chat wants to know, how do I get on the field? Well, this is the Simulation Football League, and if you're new, we combine traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game all into one as Johnson takes a carry up the middle. Team strategies are executed in real time by our simulations as our real players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. We're putting the fan in fantasy, and in the chat, you can also use the !Discord command to get the Discord right there in the chat, and our wonderful commish has added the link so you can join up and get your player on the field. Here's Richardson, check down, caught right at the goal line. They didn't give it to him. I think he was tackled well out, but it was close.
That was really close for the rookie Chris Lee. Get that touchdown. I mean, it's right at the goal line. It's at the 1 is what they're saying.
They can get the first down without getting in the end zone, surprisingly here. It'll be 3rd and inches. Heavy formation. Jacksonville only in there with a 3-3. Plenty of room to run this football for Johnson. They'll give it to him, and Johnson walks the dog right into the end zone. Touchdown, LA. They answer the Kings score with 6 of their own.
That was a nice play. The Kings just taking advantage of those. The Lycans taking advantage of that defensive front from the Kings. And, you wonder, Kings have the #1 rushing defense coming into this game, and I wonder if they're getting out of what got them here.
Yeah, and that's part of the strategy of the SFL, right, James, is there's a lot of, I think they're going to do this, so I will do this to counter it. Well, right. Jacksonville may have taken some of their run-stuffing plays out of the book, and so far Robert Johnson, the beneficiary there on a touchdown run in the red zone. Johnson so far tonight, 5 carries, 19 yards, and a score, 3.8 yards a carry. Nothing to write home about, but that one touchdown puts them within 4.
Yeah, well, they really got him involved in this last series, and that's what the Lycans need to do, is make their offense balanced. When their offense is balanced, they score points.
We'll see if Jacksonville will have an answer with 5 minutes to go in the second. Kick up and on the way. Mike St. Green deep in his own end zone will just take a knee and bring it out to the 20. Well, to this point tonight, James, we've seen both offenses a couple of times, a couple of interceptions. Jacksonville just looks more explosive to this point, but LA had a really good drive on the last time out.
That's right. Jacksonville definitely does look more explosive, but I think, and that's LA is really the more balanced offense, but I think this is anyone's game still.
2 receivers split out. Here is the throw from Christensen out to Iggy Swift, and he'll lose a yard. Had some trouble collecting it. First touch of the night for Iggy Swift. Might have been a little surprised the football was coming his way.
Yeah, that was Buddy Blaze got in there and really covered that flat, and that's really what they need to do is cover those flats and get up there. They keep throwing these short passes, and you got to get up and cover these receivers close.
Split spread here for Jacksonville. Handoff right up the middle. Willis, with a little bit of room, will pick up 6. Makes it much more manageable for 3rd and 5.
That's right, Jared Willis. He's been doing really well. You know, his actually it's really amazing because his he's only averaging 73 yards a game this year, while he averaged 114 yards a game last season. So really, they need to get him involved.
Deep shot here.
Wow.
One-handed stab right out of the air. Ken Gossett wows the crowd here in LA with a big-time grab.
That was a beautiful catch. Just reached out, grabbed it with one hand. That's why he's their #1 receiver.
Little stutter and go from Gossett. Beautiful route, beautiful catch. Speaking of Hollywood, Ken Gossett writes his name in lights all over LA Stadium, flips this thing down to the 47, and a first down for the Jacksonville Kings. Here is Christensen, going to dump it out to Willis out of the backfield, and Willis ran down at midfield.
Well, I think like the Lycans are seeing something here, and they're really starting to creep their defense up to cover those flats and getting those short yardage plays. That's only 3-yard pass catch.
Twins down to the bottom of the screen. 4-3 look out of LA. Here is Christensen on a 7-step drop. Well protected. Fires, and it's almost deflected into the hands of the defense. Right there was Buddy Blaze. He's been all over the field tonight.
He sure has. You know, this is his 3rd year in the season, 3rd season in the league, and you know he is really able to cover those receivers no problem.
Able to undercut that route, and we see Tom Rahman in the chat saying that he's watching the game while driving to the surgery center. Again, our prayers out to Mr. Tom Rahman, and we hope that he feels better very, very soon, and that he is well protected during this time, and we're grateful that he gets to catch a little of his team's game here. Down by 4 against this Jacksonville Kings team. Chance to get off the field here on 3rd and 7. Give to Willis, and they are going to be stuffed. LA makes the stop here. 4th and 2 from the 45.
Good stop by LA. You know, that's what they needed to do. They can get the ball back on downs and see if they could got 3 more minutes to try to get some points on the board.
Yeah, they had an interception earlier, but immediately gave it right back to the Kings. That punt almost blocked, and they're going to let it bounce. Nice bounce for the Kings, and that one will be down at the LA 10. They're going to have to go 90 yards or at least 60 or so if they want to try and kick a field goal, and there's Richardson who will bring out this offense.
Yeah, that's a long way to go, but you know, I think they should definitely keep doing what they've been doing, keep it balanced, and maybe Johnson will break one off.
We're going to go 3 wide receivers, 2 in the backfield, 4-2 look here out of Jacksonville. Their secondary backs way up. Looks like a little out route would be open if you got it in the book. Here is Richardson, and beautiful little out route underneath. And I'm not always right, James, but when I am.
Yeah, it's just, I guess they're just waiting for the Lycans to take it straight down the field, but you know they should just take what the defense gives them. They can move this ball down the field, 3 timeouts, plenty of time.
Absolutely. No, you hit it on the head. Now Jacksonville will move up a little bit on 2nd and 5. Spread look again. Richardson out of the gun. Pressure in his face. Will throw right on the corner route, right on the money. Jack Flash down to the 35.
That was a beautiful catch by Jack Flash. Looked like he was just running a corner route there. And look at that, no problem. Wide open.
A little bit of a crossing route.
Yeah.
Sorry, James, go ahead.
Go ahead. Looks like he just got over the top of the corners. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was the same play that he scored the touchdown on, but Richardson waited a little bit to throw it to him as opposed to making wall make a play, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning here in the second. 14-10. LA trying to climb back into this one. They are getting their tight end involved. Jacksonville trying to make a stand. Two minutes to play. 3 timeouts here for Jacksonville, 3 for LA. As the Lycans have the football, trips tight here. They give to Johnson up the middle with room, and Johnson threw one. Oh, but then gets rocked himself. What a hit by Succo Lamano.
Yeah, he was right up that middle, and I mean, he looked like he was almost gonna break it there for a second, but he was stopped really quick.
Richardson, 14 of 19 tonight through the air. They went to the ground there, just the 6th carry for Johnson. He has scored once. Single back, they'll give it to him off the right side, hit immediately, but able to plow through for the first down.
Get another set of downs and keep moving the ball, but you know, they're starting to run down on time, so they have to watch their timeouts.
Minute and 15 and ticking here. 1st and 10, still on their own side of the field. You are correct, James. Not a lot of urgency. 3 wide receivers wide here. Richardson looks to throw, fires on the corner route, tipped up. Oh, nearly taken away.
Yeah, wow, that was really close. Clay Jones tipped the ball, and Samuels almost intercepted it.
And that will set them up for 2nd and 10. Clock does stop with that incompletion, though. Minute and 3, just 63 seconds left in this first half of play. LA gets the ball after the halftime break. 2 receivers wide here out of a pro look. They will throw it down to Johnson. Johnson picks up 5 to midfield, and LA will use their first timeout.
So they have 57 seconds. They get another 20 yards, and I think they'll be good to go and get that field goal in. They can definitely do it. They got time if they get this first down.
Do have Rob Ems. He's 1 of 1 tonight. He would cut the game to a single point, but they do need to pick up this 3rd and 6 here from midfield. Shotgun look for Sully Richardson. Gun straight against nickel. Here is Richardson. He checks it down, tipped up, and picked off! Oh! Taken right out of the hands of the receiver. Rain Rowe makes possibly a play of the game as he intercepts Sully Richardson.
Wow, that was amazing. I mean, it just that the receiver had the ball, just let it hit his hands and tipped up, and he just snagged the ball right out of the air.
A role player underneath for LA makes a drop, and Rain Rowe takes advantage of it. A big play for Jacksonville, as now they have 52 seconds and 3 timeouts to work with from their own 45. 2 in the backfield. They'll give Willis right up the middle. Jared Willis with a burst of speed down to the 44. Hurry up offense here for the Kings. Christensen stands in the pocket, throws underneath. Ken Gossett, 5-yard grab and a timeout from Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah. Jacksonville can definitely put up some points. You know, they get a field goal, they'll be up by a touchdown, but I think they're going to try to push it all the way down the field and get that touchdown.
Definitely have time on their side here with 2 more timeouts, too. Can hit anywhere on the field, middle, out route, slant, post, corner, deep ball, whatever you want, you got it. I-twins formation here. Christensen, 5-step drop. Hit as he threw, and it's incomplete. He was going to take a shot, but Moore Rivers made a pass rush and got him.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Lycans needed to try to slow this team down, and it's looking tough, but they can still get in there to get that field goal. Need about 9 more yards.
Yeah, Christensen completing around 80% of his passes so far tonight, has averaged 7.5 per attempt. Needs to pick up 5 here to move the chains. Moves in the pocket, throws. Mike St. Green, Mr. Third Down, has the catch there at the 28, and with 27 seconds, they'll use their second timeout.
That was a beautiful pass right down the middle, and I think that they're in field goal range now, so everything else is just gravy.
Joe Colston comes down and lays the hit on him along with Buddy Blaze, but not before they move the chains. And with 27 seconds left, could possibly take a shot or two to the end zone. Just have to be careful with the football, especially with Rochelle Colston, Ryan Yosef, and company lurking there in the backfield. Single back, 2 receivers. Here is the dump out to Willis off this outside, and Willis stays in bounds. 2nd and 6. Christensen will hurry him back to the line against the 4-3. Out to Willis again. Willis this time is still in bounds, and Jacksonville with 9 seconds will have to use their timeout.
Yeah, I think they might just go ahead and kick the ball here. You know, they just looks like they're content to go for a field goal.
Yeah, I agree. I think CC will come out and try and attempt this one. James, you think it's the right call?
I would have taken another shot in the end zone, but that's me.
Well, we'll see if CC can convert this into points. Kick up and on the way. They call him automatic, and he is so from 36. It is 17-10, a full score lead for Jacksonville.
Yeah, it was great for Jacksonville to capitalize on that interception and bring up a whole touchdown lead.
Rain Rose interception off of Sully Richardson. The second pick today for Richardson converted into 3 points for Jacksonville. And right before LA will get the second half kickoff. So big for Jacksonville to extend their lead right before giving it back. Thomas Rahman Jr. will bring this return out of the end zone, shakes, and will only get to the 22, and LA will have to run one play.
I'm sure LA will just run play, and go into the locker room and figure out what they can do to get the running game going and do a better job in the second half.
F-Wing Jokers, single back is Robert Johnson against a 3-3 look here for Jacksonville. Here is the throw. Richardson, nope, not going to be able to throw it. Sack coming for Jacksonville. It was Mike Ahl who came in and got all of that one. Sacked at the 16-yard line. That will end the half. A big play and a big swing momentum-wise for Jacksonville into the locker room. 17-10. Jacksonville on top of the Los Angeles Lycans. James, it was an interesting first half. Had a lot of action. And walk us through kind of what you've seen.
Well, I think the Jacksonville Kings have taken the Lycans out of their game plan. You know, they're used to running a balanced offense, and really they had 7 attempts for Robert Johnson for only 29 yards, and Sully Richardson's thrown 2 interceptions in his 22 attempts. So that's really hurting them. His QBR is only 50.2, so they really need to figure this out to get Johnson the ball and start getting into this game. They're not out of it yet by any means. They don't have to abandon the run, and they need to get back to that run and keep going. While Jacksonville, I think, they are continuing to put the ball into Christensen's hands, and he's got a 106.0 QBR. Can't say anything bad what they're doing, and of course the 2 interceptions by Rain Rowe and Michael Sprouse really sets them up well.
This is the LA Lycans' 100th game as a franchise, except, James, against Jacksonville in the all-time series. Jacksonville has won all 5 of them. The Lycans not great against these Jacksonville Kings. They find themselves tonight down by 7 and trying to get some of their playmakers still involved. Davius Reed, only 1 catch for 5 yards in the first half. It's been Elzy Pryor who has taken the spotlight for the Lycans. 3 grabs, 78 yards for number 82, and Jack Flash has 3 catches, 40 yards of his own. For Jacksonville, business as usual, 24 of 29 for Christian Christensen, 82% completion percentage. Did have the 1 interception. Rochelle Colston got him once. And Jared Willis, 7 carries, 36 yards, 9 catches, 29 yards. And The surprise for the Kings, Jack Wall, 4 catches, 65 yards, and a score. The tight ends tonight, James, are showing out.
Yeah, that's right. Just throw it to the tight end. That's what we got to do because we're really seeing the tight ends really ball out in the SFL this season. It's great to see.
You yourself are a tight end in the league, and I can't tell if you are making a plug for the league or if you're just trying to get me to throw you the ball a little bit more. And we'll see what happens throughout. But awesome to have you along for the broadcast, and awesome to have you and everyone else in this wonderful league. And for anyone watching who may not be a part of the league, you can join up, make your player, and get on the field for the action. And speaking of the field and the action, we're back for the second half here from Los Angeles. Return from Rahman Jr. out to the 22. LA will start. They find themselves down by 7, but James, perfect opportunity for him to get right back in it.
Most definitely. I think they just need to get Robert Johnson involved a lot more, running the ball. I mean, he's averaging 4 yards a carry, so it's not like he's getting stuffed. So that's what they need to do.
Yeah, good opportunity here to get right back in it, only down by 7. They will give to Johnson. Johnson, stuffed right in the backfield, was able to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage, but did not get very much further than that. He's second in the league coming into the game in yards, James, but didn't find any of them there.
No, they were ready for him this time, and that's the question, right? Did Jacksonville expect them to come out and start running the ball more and change up a little bit? We'll soon see.
2nd and 10, 3 wide receivers wide for LA wearing black. Sully Richardson fires, tipped and incomplete. Succo Lamano right there, and he almost looked surprised that it hit him almost right in the face mask.
Yeah, it was right there. And they're trying to throw it down the middle, and these linebackers are ready to go.
Yeah, some good linebackers on the Kings team too, James. To mention, a lot of them have made some plays tonight, but Clay Jones is another good name. Keenan Samuels has been in the backfield along with Jay Mart. I think Lamano, as a free safety, almost plays like a linebacker sometimes. Here is Richardson on 3rd and 10. One-handed spinning catch. Is that LZ Pryor again? No. The catch is made by Chris Lee, but he made a good one anyways.
Yeah, the rookie, he's actually that's his second target and second catch. So he's really moving forward and opening the passing game up.
Second grab of the night for Chris Lee, and 28 yards, 24 of them coming right there, and a big opportunity to move the chains down to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, single back. Here is Johnson. They will give it to him up the middle. Johnson picks up 4 yards out to the 49. Four wide receivers wide here on 2nd and 6. Sully Richardson, 66% completion, does have the 2 interceptions in the first half, trying to shake them off here in the second. Richardson pumps once, checks down underneath, tipped up. Oh! We've seen one of those go the other way, and Chris Lee, after a big play, has to be careful there.
Yeah, he was bobbling that ball, and when you never want to hit those balls up because you never know where they're going to go, and he was lucky to not lose that one.
Bring up 3rd and 6 from the 49-yard line. 3 wide receivers wide, 3-3 look here out of this Jacksonville Kings defense. Need to get out to the 45 of the Kings to move the chains. Quick throw, quick catch, nice throw underneath. Wow, so smooth was that play, and I believe that's Davius Reed out to the 40.
That was a beautiful slant. The defensive back had no chance of stopping that ball. It was a nice ball. Nice throw.
Yeah, quick play on 3rd down. Moves the chains out to the 40-yard line of Jacksonville. Reed with only his 2nd catch and some yards after catch. A long now of 11 for Davius Reed. Give right up the middle. Robert Johnson, Johnson right up the middle. Wow, 5-yard grab, and he's just shoving defenders off. Both these running backs tonight, James, have looked really good in after some contact.
Yeah, yards after contact definitely good with these running backs. They're just lowering their shoulders and moving the ball.
Johnson only 5 touchdowns this coming into this game. Does have one tonight to make 6. Here is the flip on the out route, caught and drags the foot to stay inbounds there to the 29. There is Davius Reed, his 3rd catch of the game, 2nd this half.
Nice out routes again. They're going back to the outs and seeing if they can move the ball down the field, slow but steady.
Reed, usually a big play threat. Tonight, his longest catch is 11, and LZ Pryor and Chris Lee have turned into the deep men. 3 wide here on 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Here is Richardson on the out route that is caught underneath, and LZ Pryor will have another grab, and the SFL broadcast team is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Applications are being accepted now to try out for either play-by-play or color commentary. No prior experience required, just a love for the game and a desire to succeed. Our application is on our website at simulationfl.net/broadcasting, and you can join the ranks to call games for the community. Here is Richardson taking a shot into quadruple coverage, and he's able to thread the needle. Chris Lee down to the 8.
Wow, it looked like there was like 6 guys down there right in coverage. It's amazing that he was able to catch that ball. It took the post right there. Nice catch.
Huge grab, sets up LA here right on the goal line from the 8. Knocking on the door, trying to tie this thing up with a touchdown and extra point. 3 wide, give Johnson. Johnson not going to get far, actually loses a yard. That was Jay Mart.
Jay Mart, the rookie, 2nd-round pick out of Annapolis, really having a great rookie year this year.
Mart comes up to make the play. Tackle for lost, his 12th this season. Coming into the game was 14th overall in the league from outside linebacker. Also has a pick and a touchdown. You are right. Quite the rookie year for Jay Mart. 4 wide here. Richardson takes a deep shot back of the end zone, tipped up, and diving interception made! Oh, wow! It spells trouble. It's Michael Sprouse who makes the pick. Watch this.
Wow, when you tip it up, you never know what's going to happen. Michael Sprouse with his 2nd interception, and now both teams with interceptions in the end zone to end the drives.
And Sully Richardson had him on the doorstep of getting right back in it. Trouble for LA, and Jacksonville takes over their first drive of this second half. Starts with a flip out to Willis.
Linebacker was able to get in there and cover that flat really quick this time.
Yeah, closing speed on the linebackers for the Lycans doing their work. Danny Stinson, Jack Hacksaw, and Buddy Blaze. Hacksaw actually played safety last year, so the ability to get out in the flat, something he is probably pretty good at. Willis. Oh, hit in the mouth.
Wow. That looked like a clothesline on that one. Wow.
What a pop. I think that was Mike Scott coming downhill, 2nd-round pick of the rookie, 6'2", and he laid a hit as if he was 7 foot tall. The confidence of the rookie will set him up here 3rd and 4, trying to get off the field. 4-3 look here for LA. Jacksonville going to throw. Christensen checks underneath, and that is good for 1st down yardage. Jack Wall having himself a game.
Most definitely. Jack Wall getting in there for his 4th reception or 5th reception on a 6th target. And he's just moving the sticks for the Lycans. I'm sorry, Kings.
Wall comes in as their 4th best receiving threat. Mike St. Green, the only player with less catches than Wall. But Wall has 4 of them tonight. Handoff up the middle to Willis, will pick up 3.
Yeah, Jacksonville is just trying to go ahead and balance out this offense, and with the lead, they can afford to do that.
5 minutes to go here in the 3rd. 7-point lead for Jacksonville. They've been in the lead the whole time. Give to Willis. Willis through 1, has 1st down yardage to the 44. The speed of Willis converts.
That was a nice stretch play. Wide. Nobody out there on the outside. He got his Iggy Swift out there to block. Nice blocks.
Nice duck underneath that incoming defender, too. Able to move the chains. That brings him up to 51 yards, 5.1 per catch. Or, excuse me, per run. Does have a couple catches to go along with that. Here's the give. Willis again picks up another 4. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. You can visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help your team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL. Speaking of uniforms, LA wearing the black ones tonight. Flip out here to Willis, and the boys and girls wearing black and red close down, and we'll set up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, you had Samuels and Blaze, both the linebackers out there, really stopped that swing pass.
3rd and 4 from midfield. This is where LA would want to put their stamp on it defensively to try and make a play. Nickel look here out of the Lycans. 3 receivers wide. Christensen. Short drop, looks to throw. Mike St. Green open on the out route, and he has first down yardage.
Beautiful quick pass on the out. Right where he needed it. That's what we want to see receiver do. Get just past the line. Don't stop and turn before the line of gain.
2 receivers, top of the screen, single back, 4-3 look here out of LA. They bring out the heavy formation, flip out to Willis, beautifully executed. He'll pick up 3, though. LA closes down on that one quickly. They sent a blitz up the middle, James, and interesting, they couldn't get to Christensen quick enough.
No, he really gets the ball out there quickly, especially those quick passes to the running backs.
Yeah, has 12 of them today, outlet to Willis. 3 receivers wide against a nickel look here out of Los Angeles. Christensen, 5-step drop, stands, floats across the middle, caught St. Green, spins out of 1, and then will go down at the 29. The trusty 3rd receiver, Mike St. Green, making some noise tonight.
Another first down from Mike St. Green. Just do a nice down and in. Perfect pass. Threw the ball as soon as he turned to the inside.
Mike St. Green actually has 6 grabs tonight, leads the Kings with that catch there, besides Jared Willis, who has 12. Here's Christensen, dumps off underneath. Oh, popped! Grayson Willis the grab, Buddy Blaze the hit.
Buddy Blaze right in there. It's, 6'5", 245 pounds. Willis going to really feel that one.
Second and 6 from the 25. I-Twins formation, 4-3 look here out of LA. Possibly a chance for Jacksonville to take a deep shot here. Christensen, 7-step drop, stands in the pocket. Pressure coming, evades 1. Christensen moves in the pocket, just dumps it out to Willis, and Willis loses yardage. LA everywhere they need to be on that play.
Wow, who was that? Was that the free safety? That was just crazy. That was, I think, Ryan Yosef, strong safety, that just put him down in the backfield.
3rd and 7 for Jacksonville in field goal range, and they get a free play here. Christensen moves up and sacked, but it will not matter. The offsides will give Jacksonville a free 5 yards.
Neutral zone infraction, number 74, defense, 5-yard penalty,
And that jump offsides, not something you want to see, James, if you're an LA fan.
No, definitely not. And that's what they need to do, is they need to get in there and pressure the quarterback and get the sack, and it gets nullified by a bad play.
Moore Rivers was the offender who jumped offsides, the veteran. Strong eye Twins formation against a 4-3. They'll give Willis right side, bouncing off a couple, and Willis will not get there. LA atones for their mistake and has the tackle they need at the 22, and they'll hold Jacksonville to a field goal attempt.
That's definitely what LA needed to really keep this game close and give them a chance. Getting out of here with just 3 points would be a godsend for them.
Jacksonville sends on Anthony CC. They call him automatic. He's 1 of 1 today. He sends this one up, and it is good from 39 yards right as time expires for the end of the third quarter. Now 20-10. Jacksonville on top of LA. James, they were right on the doorstep, LA was, of making it a tie game. They turned the ball over, and now the Kings up by 10 over the LA Lycans. This is the Simulation Football League. Get your fours up in the chat. 11 minutes on the clock, fourth quarter ready to get going. Andy Hamilton along with James Walters on the call. Shan Varner and Max Paul running the stats truck for us. Cameron Irvine producing behind the scenes. And Los Angeles going to try and get back into this one. Rahman Jr. up the middle will get out to the 21, and that is where Sully Richardson will lead this offense right back out onto the field. Has thrown 3 interceptions today, James. It has not been his day so far.
No, definitely not. And I think they really need to not panic. I mean, it's still only 10 points. They got a lot of time. Don't go to panic mode. Don't just keep throwing the ball and try to run a balanced offense here.
Weak eye Jokers formation. 3-3 look here out of the defense. They will give Jacksonville all over that one.
Yeah, Taquan Hale was in there. And he's been pretty quiet this year after a big season last season. That's only his 5th and a half sack of the season this year.
Yeah, Keenan Samuels and Hale combine to make the 4-yard drop in the backfield, and it'll bring up 2nd and 14. Trips tight formation here. Here is Richardson, swings it out to Johnson. They're going to lose more yards, and it's Keenan Samuels again.
That is not what they wanted. Now they're at 3rd and 17, and they have to throw this pass, and it's going to be interesting if they can get out of this without throwing an interception. Because it's exactly where they want Sully Richardson to be.
Third and 17, just over 10 minutes to go. Richardson has 4 wide here, and you can barely see the first down marker in the top left of your screen. Richardson adjusting the play at the line against a 3-3 look for the Jacksonville Kings. Davius Reed, the furthest down receiver. Richardson fires across the middle and incomplete. Got a haircut there coming across the middle. Could not make the grab, and it will force LA to punt this one back to the Kings.
Yeah, I don't even know if he would have gotten it anyway. He might have gotten it with forward momentum falling down, but that was a little short of the first down marker.
Punter on to kick this one away for the Lycans. They, so far tonight, have not had things to go according to plan. Travis Warren on to send it away. He'll stand at his own goal line and kick this one off. St. Green calls for the fair catch at the LA 47.
It's a perfect opportunity for Jacksonville to start feeding Jared Willis and run some time off the clock. Got the 10-point lead. Willis is averaging 4.6 yards per carry. This is the time to start feeding him the ball.
Yeah, and Christensen has to be careful. This is the point usually in his career that he's been known to potentially make a mistake, and would hate to see him do so with a lead of 10. Here is the flip out to Willis, and Willis has really been a safety valve tonight for Christensen. James, he hasn't given Willis has given Christensen the opportunity to take some safe throws as opposed to forcing some down the field.
That's right. He's got 14 receptions, but he's only averaging 2.9 yards per reception. So, it's those safe, quick throws, gets him a few yards, moves the ball down the field.
9:35 and ticking to go. Clock continues to roll as Jacksonville continues to eat away at the clock and try and protect this 10-point lead. 4-3 look here out of LA. Here is the throw out to Willis again, and Willis has the first down yardage and a little bit more out to the 36.
Yeah, they're getting Willis involved. Not the way I thought they would, but they're still moving the ball, getting the first down, and just slowly, methodically moving the ball and getting running the clock out.
3 receivers wide, split back here for Christensen against a 4-2. This could be some trouble here, but they will just give it to Willis right up the gut. Willis picks up 4.
Nice 4-yard pickup. Exactly what they want.
8:40 to go here in the fourth. LA has let Jacksonville into field goal range, but you don't want to give up any more than that. A 10-point lead turning into anything more than 13 could really put this thing out of hand. Single back in the backfield is Willis. Here is Christensen going to dump it out to Iggy Swift, and Swift will pick up a yard.
Yeah, he got hit hard, and that's exactly what they need to do. They need to cover those flats and prevent these guys from gaining any yardage once they catch the ball, so they can stop them and hold them to 3 points.
Spread look again against a nickel defense, 3rd and 4. Here is Christensen, throws on the out route, caught by Kangasa, and he has first down yardage to the 24.
That was nice. Great out route. Perfect pass. Just great timing.
New set of downs will give LA the opportunity to try and put this one away. 3 receivers wide, nickel look here. LA can still make a stop. Single back, and Christensen will take a deep drop, throws on the out route, caught by Willis, and that is good for 7.
Yeah, Christensen is on fire today. I mean, he's only had 5 incompletions all game. You know, he's got an 88% completion percentage, 99.6 QBR. He just methodically moving the ball down the field, spreading the ball out.
Split backs, Twins off to the top of the screen. 4-3 look out of this LA defense. Here is the give. Iggy Swift up the middle will pick up 2. Coverage of the SFL on For the Fans starts tomorrow with Fort Worth trying to hold off Houston in the South Division before Vancouver heads back to Florida to do battle, this time with the Florida Storm. St. Louis hosts Tulsa, and San Diego visits Charleston, and other action around the league. Coverage starts at 4:30 Eastern on For the Fans. Twins bottom of the screen. Christensen on 3rd and a yard finds Jack Wall, the outlet. 1st and goal. Jacksonville knocking on the door of putting this one away.
Yeah, Jack Wall again got another reception. He's tied for the lead for the team for 6 receptions. So he's definitely involved in the game today.
Strong-eyed Twins, again, a 4-3 look out of LA, trying to stop the run. They'll give it off to this right-hand side, and Willis tackled down at the 9. LA has bent a lot, James, but if they don't break here, it would be big.
Definitely. If they can hold them to 3, it would be really big. But, they're looking for that run, but they're just throwing those outlet passes. And if they continue to do that, I think they're going to be able to get past this 4-3.
Twins bottom of the screen. Here is Christensen. Oh, Christensen smacked as he threw it, and it falls incomplete. Wow, Raymond Jones III.
That was a tough hit. That was just knocked. I was surprised he got up from that. Wow.
And that would have been the sack of the year if Christensen hadn't have let go of it.
Yes.
And it'll bring up 3rd and goal here at the 9, and this league is known for big hits. We encourage them. Nickel look here. Offsides will give a free play to Jacksonville. Floats across the middle. Deflected, incomplete, but another free 5 yards for the Kings.
This is not the time for these types of mistakes. It's going to making it harder and harder on themselves to try to keep this to only a field goal.
And that was on Jones, who got the big hit earlier. Might have still been a little fired up from the hit that rocked the crowd here here in LA, on a cool night here in California. But they'll have to line up and try and stop the Kings one more time. Two receivers, twins top of the screen. They've gone to wall. Room here on the bottom of the screen for an out route if they want to try it. 3rd and goal from the 5. They'll give to Willis, and Willis goes nowhere. LA, another stop. This Kings offense here in the second half, James, has been able to get down the field, but they haven't been able to find the end zone.
That's right. The Kings have been putting the ball all the way down the field, but the Lycans have that bend but don't break defense going right now.
Yeah, and something that Jacksonville, if they let LA climb back in this game, will look back on and shake their head, considering that they've been here in the red zone and in field goal range quite a few times, but have been unable to capitalize by putting the ball into the end zone, and which would really kind of put this thing away, but haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, last three possessions for Jacksonville have been all field goals. So, yeah, they're definitely gonna hope that they can stop LA and not let them get back into this game. But they'll be looking back out in these drives.
And LA has the receiving threats to go down the field if they need to, and they will need to here, down by 13 with 5 minutes to go. But don't need to do it all on one play. The thing I always remember, James, is you can't score 13 on one.
That's right. That's right. But you do need to start throwing it down the field a little bit, because I don't think these short outs and these short dump offs to the halfbacks gonna get you there right now.
4 receivers wide and an ace quads look. 4 down linemen for Jacksonville. They'll only bring 3 of them. Toss across the middle is caught. First down yardage. They actually dropped Hunter Norwood in coverage, which was a bad draw for this Jacksonville defense against those slot receivers.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I mean, that's not a lot down the field, but 10 yards is really good for them, the way they've been throwing the ball recently. They continue to string some of those down. They can get down the field pretty quickly.
Single back in the backfield, 2 receivers wide here, 4 down linemen for Jacksonville again. They give Johnson right up the middle. Robert Johnson through 2, and Johnson tackled from behind at the 49. It looked like he was off to the races.
Sure did.
Here is Richardson. Check down. Oh, Johnson dropped it.
He was looking down the field before he caught the ball. Thought he was going to get another run like you just had.
Second and 10 from the 49, 23-10. Jacksonville on top. LA trying to climb back into it. Still plenty of time. All 3 timeouts for the Lycans. 3 receivers wide, single back offset to the right. 3-3 look here out of Jacksonville. Still have those 3 linebackers out on the field. High snap. Richardson corrals it, takes the deep shot down the middle, and it's deflected, incomplete. Right there was Bernard Gooden.
Wow, Bernard Gooden had a perfect shot for interception right there. That would have ended the game.
Could not wrap his hands around it. It'll give LA a 3rd and 10 here from the 49 with an opportunity to keep this game alive. Another 3-3 look. 5 receivers wide here again. Richardson alone in the gun will look to throw. Stands, throws down the seam, and Bernard Gooden makes another play. That one looked very similar to the one before.
That's right, but Bernard Gooden was right there, covered him really tight, and jumped up and was able to smack that ball away.
Was trying to find Elsie Pryor, and James, you go for it here on 4th and 10?
Most definitely.
Offense still out on the field. They'll line up 5 wide again. Davius Reed here to the bottom of the screen with the white gloves. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Richardson in the gun will look to throw against 4. Pressure coming, throws a wobbler down the field, and it's too long for Davius Reed. The pressure rang home for Jacksonville. Clay Jones was there, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, the ball just really, the receiver was open, but that ball just got out of his hands, and I'm wondering if someone hit him from behind or something. Hard to see.
And that will give Jacksonville the ball back, and they will have the opportunity here to potentially put this thing away. LA's defense back out on the field. Here is the throw out to Willis, and Willis popped.
That looked like Buddy Blaze was out there. Really gave him a tough hit. Tough hit.
Yeah, the outside linebacker jumps out there and makes the play. 2nd and 7. LA need a really quick stop here or some type of turnover if they could get it. Down by 13. Willis offset to the left. Here is Christensen to throw. Dumps out to Willis, and he is stopped. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. James, another opportunity.
Yeah, they're trying to stay with the dump-offs to Willis, and, right now I don't know if it's working. They're going to have to do something different to get this first down. Maybe even get a run play to catch them off guard.
Yeah, have seen St. Green, have seen Jack Wall on a 3rd down. Potential here to go a lot of different ways. 4-3 look here out of LA. Thrown the out to the bottom of the screen. They've thrown the swing to the top to Willis. Here is Christensen out to Willis again, closing down. Willis out of bounds, does not get the first down.
Wow, that was well covered by LA Lycans. So now they just need to really try to get the ball down the field very quickly and score some points.
Punter on for Jacksonville, Howard McCoy. This is 2nd punt of the night. First one went for 35 yards. He's going to try and pin LA deep in back by their own end zone. Kick is off. Rahman Jr. is going to let this one bounce. This one does not bounce Jacksonville's way, and it will roll into the end zone. LA will set up shop at the 20.
Well, that's a nice little break for LA. Be able to at least get to the 20, start going down the field. They really need to push it and actually really go out to the outsides where the plays have been there.
1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, 2:36 to go here in the 4th. Here is Sully Richardson throwing an out route there, is caught, and they will give him only 2 yards there. LZ Pryor with the grab.
Got to do a little bit better than that if they want to score 2 touchdowns in these next 2.5 minutes. They got to get the ball down the field, at least 10, 15 yards.
2nd and 8. 2:33 to go here in the 4th. 4 receivers wide here for Richardson in the gun against a nickel look for Jacksonville. Richardson stands, pressure coming, and he is dropped. Jacksonville's Tyquan Hale gets home. They will hurry back to the line to face 3rd and 13. Richardson floats one across the left side, and that is picked off. Succo Lamano takes it away, and Jacksonville in the driver's seat here with 2:13 to go has a pick.
Yeah, and that's that is really, the picks by Richardson did them in. They have 4 interceptions by Richardson this game and no touchdowns. And that's really the difference in the game right there.
Yeah, Sully Richardson, unfortunately for LA faithful, has thrown the game away tonight. 4 picks, no touchdowns for Richardson, a 35.6 QBR, as Jacksonville has just continually thrown plays like this, the out route there to Willis to keep the clock moving, and they will take us right down to the 2-minute warning here, up by 13. 2 minutes to play here in Los Angeles. The visiting Jacksonville Kings out in front and in control. 23-10, 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, Jared Willis today is the leading receiver for the Kings with 19 receptions so far. That is just unbelievable.
Yeah, 19 receptions out of a total 42 passes for Christian Christensen. 48 passes. That'll be 49. He's completed, James, 43 of them. 87.5% completion percentage. Ridiculous.
It is, but that's exactly what we were saying is, that he needs to do is just keep moving the ball. These short passes are working for him. And they worked for him last week. They're working for him again this week.
3 receivers wide in a spread look, 4-2 look here out of the defense. Christensen under center will look to throw. Out route there, caught by Gossett, and out of bounds will actually stop the clock, although it is in field goal range.
What's really amazing when you look at this is for the Jacksonville Kings, the most yards for any receiver on the team is by that tight end, Jack Wall, with 75 yards on 6 receptions.
Yeah, and he also has the long reception of 52. Next longest is 22 there for Ken Gossett. So they've thrown a lot of short passes that have worked really well. Anthony Cece, his 4th field goal is up and good. They still have not been in the end zone this half.
No. But really, it's solely throwing 4 interceptions. They really haven't needed to. That's one saving grace for them. Is they really didn't have to score those touchdowns. 3 points is enough to get them ahead and looking like they're going to win this game.
Yeah, now a 16-point difference. Technically still a 2-score game. The door technically still open by just a crack, as Tim Hacksaw points out in the chat, rightfully so. But it would take quite the comeback from L.A., and Rahman Jr. will bring them out to the 20. That's where they'll start. 145, all 3 timeouts. If they score here, James, with maybe, I would say you have to have close to a minute. And, maybe less than that if you get the onside, but it still has to be quick.
It does. They have to really throw the ball down the field. The short stuff is not going to work. Richardson's averaging 5.7 yards per attempt. That's not going to cut it here.
4 wide here for Sully Richardson in the gun. Snap back. Richardson has the pressure in his face. Threw off his back foot. Tipped up. And caught! Oh, how did Jack Flash come down with that one?
There you go. Just throw it to the tight end. That was another tip drill, and luckily Jack Flash was right there in the right spot to catch that ball.
Threw up a prayer. Wow, check this out. Tipped up and off his helmet, and he caught it. Oh, my. Might be the play. I've seen Jack Flash make some catches, but that might have been the play of his career so far. Luckily, still plenty of career to come for Flash. But that will be the play we circled tonight if LA does come back and win this game as one that they had to have. This out route caught by Reed and out of bounds here at the 46.
Definitely. But again, they gotta push the ball down the field. These short, even if they're going out of bounds, these short catches are not going to do it for them. They're going to waste too much time.
2nd and 6 from the Jacksonville 46-yard line. 95 seconds, only 1 timeout remaining for LA. 4 receivers wide. Here is Richardson to throw. Floats it right down the middle. Wide open receiver caught. And that should be a late hit. They didn't throw the flag.
Wow, that definitely looked like a late hit, but you can't throw a challenge for that. But definitely Richardson got the ball right down the middle. Perfect strike. And they're in business at the 20-yard line.
I may be mistaken, but it would appear that the backups are in for Jacksonville. Yeah, the backups are in for Jacksonville, which is a little surprising considering that it is technically still a 2-score game, especially if LA were to pull off the onside kick and the first 2-point conversion. Here is the throw, deep down the middle, wide open receiver again, caught, and they're going to go hurry up again. At the 6, they line it up. Here is Richardson. A little bit of a low snap. Stands at the pocket. Floats back in the end zone. Oh, no. They're going to say he was incomplete. Reed at the back line did not catch it. Receivers say he was out of bounds. The Lycans graphic has come up as a touchdown, but I thought I saw the ref at the back of the end zone mark it as incomplete.
It looks like it's a touchdown. We're going for 2.
Four wide, and Richardson stands.
No.
4 down lineman. Richardson fires, tipped up and incomplete. Norwood did not catch it. It'll be 3rd and goal. No, that touchdown was not a touchdown. It was incomplete.
Okay. Wow, that was a little confusing there.
So still 26-10. LA not out. Is still behind by 16. The touchdown was incomplete, and LA still trying to find their way to the end zone. 5 wide here, 26-10. Jacksonville on top. Richardson stands in the pocket, floats that one back of the end zone, batted away. It'll be 4th and goal. Gotta have it.
Definitely got to have this. They really need to think about how they're going to throw. And these out routes have been working. Maybe they need to go to the out route. 6-yard out route should be an easy touchdown.
4th and goal. Gotta have the end zone here. 5 wide, and if you have all slants, now's the time to use it right across the middle of the field, wide open there to the bottom of the screen. Sully Richardson in here to throw. Stands in the pocket, waits, floats, back of the end zone. How is that not a touchdown? No, foot was out of bounds, they're going to say, and you can't challenge it, but they're going to have to take a look at this, I would imagine. Chris Lee.
Yeah, that wasn't a good angle, but yeah, they definitely have to look at that. Here we go.
Oh, no, he is out. He is out.
Wow.
Well, and that's a teaching point there for the rookie, right? 4th down, back of the end zone, and his feet were just out.
Yeah, you got to be aware of where you are on that end zone, the back of that end zone.
Jacksonville takes over at their own 6 with an opportunity to just finish this one off.
Why did he run out of bounds at that time? Well, okay, that's a backup, so.
James Urban makes the grab, but steps out of bounds, so the clock stops here with a minute to play. Well, in LA, for as much as they have dinked and dunked their way down the field, Christian Christensen averaging only 5.7 yards per attempt tonight, they have certainly been good at catching the football, and that one out of bounds again. They'll stop the clock again with 57 seconds.
Yeah, these guys, maybe they got to start throwing down the middle of the field so they can start running some time off the clock here.
Well, they got to do something to... I mean, just go down in bounds. LA has no timeouts. Why you don't hand it off right up the middle is beyond me. Or have taken 3 knees right there. Here is a throw, and that is a sack. Oh, they're right on the 2. I think it's almost a safety, but they won't mark it as such. An opportunity here. If LA were to block a punt, this could get really interesting. Raymond Jones with a garbage time sack.
I guess that's why these guys are second stringers, because it just doesn't make any sense what they're doing right now.
Well, punter is on here. Howard McCoy on, and time continuing to roll down. LA actually doesn't look like they're going to come after it. They're going to send their normal group, but they will set up for a return, which is, again, puzzling. Here is Thomas Rahman Jr. down to the 27, and there will be 8 seconds. I mean, they got to throw it to the end zone on this first play here. It's the only way, right?
That's right. Stranger things have happened, right?
No, I think this would take the cake. If LA scores 16 points in 8 seconds with no timeouts, that will take the cake. I will have never seen anything crazier, James, with the 2-point conversions. Here is Richardson. They're in a Hail Mary formation. Richardson takes the snap, protected well for the time being, floats out of 1, going to heave a prayer to the back of the end zone, and that is incomplete. With 1 second, they will have 1 play, and so that will just about do it. Unless now, James, we are not conspiracy people, but if they were to score on this play, get the 2-point conversion, I believe they would get the untimed onside kick, which if they then return that for a touchdown, will put them back in it. But again,
Wow. Yeah.
seems impossible.
Yes, it does.
Seems impossible. Hail Mary formation again here from the 27. 3 down linemen. Their tallest receiving threat, I believe, is Davius Reed. Here is Richardson, steps up in the pocket, hit from behind, and that will finish it. For all the dancing around that Jacksonville did, they finally end it. Aaron Don with a sack there to finish this thing off. Jacksonville comes into LA and beats the Lycans 26-10. From start to finish, James, it was all LA.
Oh, definitely. It was all Jacksonville. So definitely, they had a time of possession. They really just threw those short passes up and down the field all day long. And I really think, I really think that Jack Wall deserves to be the player of the game. It'd be interesting to see if we go there. Of course, Christensen with, he went 46-52 with only 6 missed passes. That's unbelievable. And he got 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. So, and actually, surprisingly enough, they actually gave the ball to Jared Willis 15 times, which is more than they have in a little while. So they kept it a little bit more balanced than normal, and that's what got them the game.
35 all-purpose touches for Willis, 55 yards through the air, 60 on the ground. Sully Richardson, a night to forget for LA, 27 of 47. No touchdowns, 4 picks. Again, our prayers and thoughts go out to Tom Rahman, one of the owners for the LA Lycans, along with Rochelle Colston. Mr. Rahman is potentially in surgery right now and hoping for a safe and speedy recovery and procedure for him and his family. But LA falls tonight 26-10. Jacksonville controlled it from the opening snap. Some bright spots for LA. Buddy Blaze with 15 tackles tonight. Rochelle Colston had an interception, 5 tackles, 2 assisted tackles for her. Robert Johnson, 13 carries, 53 yards and a score. But your player of the game from the Jacksonville Kings is Christian Christensen, 44 of 50, 2 scores, 295 yards. Well, for Max Paul and Shane Varner on the stats, for James Walters, I've been Andy Hamilton. This has been the Simulation Football League. Action continues tomorrow. Thank you and good night.